Say hallelujah when you're ready. Hallelujah. Let's get it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Blessed are you, God, our God, you first gave us the Torah of truth and everything eternal life to them. Blessed are you, God, you love the Torah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the name of God. We come here today again. Here today, HafTorah class. We ask you to look over all those that are real, all those hungry, all those that are sick, need, that are without, that are afflicted. We pray and we ask you to strengthen our elders, for our leaders, be with them, keep them, for help. We pray and ask you to strengthen Chief Natalie. Pray and keep him and strengthen him with your help. We pray for all the people that show up without the Lord. We thank you for your holy name, for you, all these apostles, for you, fathers, and brethren tonight. Captain of the water, our King, our God, our Father. All things that are similar to small to great, we thank you for all the brothers being able to make it out today for the class. We thank you for just another day of life. We thank you for the opportunity to praise your holy name, to be in addition to help. We thank you, my Lord. With that, we all say hallelujah.
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 Praise be the mighty name of Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Shalom, family. Shalom, here.
Go ahead.
Shalom, family. Today's HafTorah class will be presented to you by our brother Yitzhcock, Adon Yitzhcock.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We give all praise, all reverence, Yahweh Shah, thank for all the possession, all things and everything, first and foremost. I'm going to give all honor and respect. Chief Prince of Foremost, Prince of Buddha, IRC, second in command, Hallelujah. Prince Matsuya, third in command, the other Prince. We welcome y'all to the Torah class. 1Kings, chapter 18, verse 46 through 19:21.
First Kings 18:46. Okay. We're in the book of 1Kings, chapter 18, verse 46. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right, let's go. Before you start, we're going to get into the life of prophet Elijah. He was my favorite prophets. He was super thorough. I love the way he handled stuff. He had a lot on his plate, but in the time frame that he had, he exalted the name of the Most High, cast down false powers, false deities, and ushered him away from making way for his successor. So before we get into the HafTorah portion, I want to jump back a couple verses to let me get we can start at 18:18.
We're in the book of 1Kings, chapter 18, verse 18. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
He said to him, Not I, have troubled Israel, rather you and your father's house have by your forsaking the commandments of Yah, and you have gone after the Baalim. And now send and gather all of Israel to me at Mount Carmel, and also the 450 prophets of Baal, and the 400 prophets of the HafTorah tree, who eat at Jezebel's table. Ahab sent among the children of Israel, and he gathered the prophets to Mount Carmel. Elijah approached all the people and said, how long will you dance between two opinions? If Yah is the Elohim, and after him go, and if Baal, go after it.
But give me a second, man. This is relevant to today's day and age, because this is what a lot of our people don't really know. There are people who are privy to the knowledge of the Most High, who know that God's our power, know that we're Israel, know that we're the crown jewel of the Most High, know the job and the mission that we have and the duty to everything and everyone that's walking on this earth. And they see fit to delve into other things that they don't have no business really getting into. Right? Trying to tap into powers that you got the supreme power. It's really nothing else you should have been getting into. And as far as the prophets and everything, I need you guys to understand, we come from certain Baal and Ashton. These were other demons. These were other demons that they thought they didn't know this is stuff the Most High ordained us to stay awake. This applies for right now because this is what the people do in the day and age and the time we live in. Everybody is looking and seeking for ways to do stuff. When the Most High already ordained it to you, he said, I done told man it's good. And you're supposed to follow this book, you're supposed to follow the Most High. You continue.
Okay. Continuing with chapter 22. But the people did not answer him at all. Elijah then said to the people, I alone have remained as a prophet of Yah, and the prophets of the Baal are the 450 men. Let us be given 2 bulls. Let them choose the one bull for themselves, cut it, and put it on the wood, but not apply fire. And I too will prepare the other bull and place on the wood. And I will not apply fire. You shall call out in the name of your God, and I shall call out in the name of Yah. And whichever God responds with fire, he is the true God.
Let's stop right here, bro. Now, this is what you guys understand. This is the fire. This is the type of passion and enthusiasm we're supposed to have for the Most High.
That's right.
And you know, we tapped into the only thing that was out there to be tapped into. So when you see people giving reverence, and when you see people giving reverence to anything outside the Most High, you see people tapping into anything that's not the Most High. So the Most High you see people trying to find favor, and trying to enrich, and enlighten themselves with things that's not of the Most High. You're supposed to make it your duty to challenge that. You're supposed to shoot that down. You know better. You know the Most High is on the side. Right. You can continue.
Yeah. All the people.
Stop. And another thing, I need you guys to understand the context of it. Elijah didn't walk into a scenario where they challenged his God. He called out the 400 some odd prophets and said, bring everybody together. I know what the Most High is, and I know what he's going to do. I'm going to have everybody looking crazy. He called everybody out, and he made an equal playing field, which really wasn't equal because he already knew the Most High was going to prevail for him. But he set the stage to cast down any and everything that wasn't the Most High. At a time where prophets were getting killed, it was him and it was him alone. Continue, bro.
We're in the book of 1Kings, chapter 18, at the end of verse 24. All the people, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All the people responded, the proposal is good. Elijah then said to the prophets of Baal, choose for yourself the one bull and prepare it first. For you are the many, and call out in the name of your God, but do not apply fire. They took the bull that he gave them and prepared it, and called out in the name of Baal from the morning until noon, saying, O Baal, answer us. But there was neither sound nor response, and they danced by the altar that they had made. And it was at noontime, Elijah ridiculed them and said, cry out in a loud voice, for he is a God.
You can stop right there, dog. If I had somebody calling somebody's name, calling out, favor, calling out for deliverance from the morning to the noon, I would have laughed at you too, because you look like a clown. You can continue, dog. He goes a little further and ridicules you.
Perhaps he is conversing or pursuing enemies or relieving himself. Perhaps he is asleep and he will awaken. They called out with a loud voice and cut themselves with swords and spears according to their custom, until blood spurted on them. When the noon hour passed, they prophesied until the time of the afternoon's offering. But there was neither sound, nor response, nor listener. Elijah then said to all the people, draw near to me. And all the people draw near to him. He repaired the altar, the ruined altar of Yah. Elijah took 12 stones corresponding to the number of the tribes of the children of Yaakov, to whom the word of Yah came saying, your name shall be Yisrael. He built the stones into an altar for the name of Yah, and he made a trench large enough to plant 2 seahs of seed around the altar. He arranged the wood. He cut up the bow and put it on the wood. Then he said, fill 4 jugs of water and pour them over the elevation offering and over the wood. He said, do it a second time. And they did it a second time. He said, do it a third time. And they did it a third time. The water went all around the altar, and the water even filled up the trench.
So at this point, what he's doing is he's stacking the deck against himself. Their bull didn't get drenched before. Their bull was a regular bull, and all they had to do was call on the name for their power, if it was real, and it was supposed to be lit on fire. He didn't drench it not 1 time, not 2 times, and not 3 times. He drenched it like 4 times. And then he drenched it with so much water that it was enough to fill the trench. You can continue, don't you?
And it was at the time of the afternoon offering, Elijah the prophet approached and said, Yah, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Israel, today it will become known that you are God in Israel, and I am your servant, and that it is by your word that I have done all these things. Answer me, Yah, answer me, and let this people know that you, Yah, are the God. Thus you will turn their hearts back. A fire of Yah descended and consumed the elevation offering, and the wood, and the stones, and the earth, and it licked up all the water in the trench. The entire people saw it, fell on their faces, and exclaimed, Yah, he is the God. Yah, he is the God.
But the people already knew Yah was God. You continue.
Elijah said to them, seize the prophets of Baal, let none of them escape. So they seized them. Elijah took them down to Kishon Brook and slaughtered them there. Elijah said to Ahab, go up and eat and drink, for a rumbling sound of rain is coming. So Ahab went up to eat and drink, but Elijah went up to the summit of the Carmel, bent down to the ground, and put his face between his knees. He said to his attendant, go up now and gaze westward. He went up and gazed, and he said, there is nothing at all. Elijah said 7 times, go back. It was at the 7th time, and he said, behold, a cloud as small as a man's hand is coming up from the west. Elijah said, go up and tell Ahab, harness your chariot and go down, so that the rain does not hold you back. It happened that in the meantime, the heavens had become darkened with clouds and filled with wind, and there was a great rain. Ahab rode off and went towards Jezreel. The hand of Yah was upon Elijah, and he girded his loins and ran before Ahab until the approach of Jezreel.
Okay, so we're about to start chapter 19. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of historical context on some of the major things the prophet Elijah put in for the Most High, because I didn't want his words to be misrepresented on what we're going to hear when we get to verse 19.
Call out verse, yeah.
Read chapter 19. Just finish
We're going to
18.
start at chapter 19, verse 1.
19, verse 1.
Yeah. Everybody there? Right? Okay. 1 Kings, chapter 19, verse 1. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Then Ahab told Jezebel everything that Elijah had done and everything about how he had slain all the false prophets by the sword. So Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah saying, such may the gods do to me, and such may they do further, for at this time tomorrow I shall make your soul like the soul of one of them. Verse 3. When he saw the danger, he arose and fled for his life. He came to Beersheba, which is in Judah, and left his attendant there. He then went a day's journey into the wilderness. He went and sat under a solitary return tree and requested for his soul to die. He said, it is enough now, Yah. Take my soul, for I am no better than my forefathers. He lay down and slept under a solitary return tree. And behold, an angel was touching him. And he said to him, get up and eat. He looked up, and behold, near his head were a cold-baked cake and a cruse of water. He ate and drank, then he went back and lay down. The angel of Yah returned to him the second time and touched him and said, get up and eat more, for there is a long way ahead of you.
This is something that did again. See, Prophet Elijah couldn't go out this year because he still had work to do. And even excluding that work that he did, Prophet Muhammad, the prophet Elijah was the God. His belief in the Most High. He followed the Most High, wherever the Most High told him to go. Even before this story, with the false prophets, he had been sent to a widow. Goes, follows the Most High commands, goes to the widow's house. He asks the widow for a meal. Now, the Most High already told him, the widow is going to look out for you, you're going to be good. So he goes to the widow's house and he asks for a meal. The widow lets him know, I only have enough flour and I only got a little bit of oil. He's like, don't worry about it. The Most High is going to make for us. And that little bit of oil and that little bit of flour, because he had faith and belief in the Most High, what the Most High told him to do, that little bit of oil and that little bit of flour stretched for a year for 3 people. Yeah. You can continue.
And 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 8, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So he arose and ate and drank. Then he walked on the strength of that meal for 40 days and 40 nights until the mountain of God, Haram. He arrived there at the cave and spent the night in it. Then behold, the word of Yah came to him and said to him, why are you here, Elijah? He said, I have acted with great zeal for Yah, God of legions, for the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant. They have raised your altars and have killed your prophets by the sword, so that I alone have remained, and they now seek to take my life. The word of God then said, go out of the cave and stand on the mountain before Yah. And behold, Yah was passing, and a great powerful wind smashing mountains and breaking rocks went before Yah. Yah is not in the wind, Elijah was told. After the wind came an earthquake. Yah is not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire. Yah is not in the fire. After the fire came a still thin sound. It happened that when Elijah heard this, he wrapped his face in his mantle, and he went out and stood by the cave's entrance, and behold, a voice spoke unto him, and it said, why are you here, Elijah? He said, I have acted with great zeal for Yah, God of legions, for the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant. They have raised your altars, and they have killed your prophets by the sword, so that I have alone remained, and they have now seek to take my life. Then Yah said to him, go, return on your way, and go to the wilderness of Damascus. When you arrive, you shall anoint Hazael as king over Aram, and you shall anoint Jehu, son of Nimshi, as king over Israel. and anoint Elisha, son of Shaphat, from Abel Mahola, as a prophet in your stead. And it shall happen that whoever escapes the word of Hazael, Jehu will kill, and whoever escapes the sword of Jehu, Elisha will kill. For I will leave over in Israel 7,000 people, all the knees that did not kneel to the Baal, and every mouth that did not kiss it.
What you guys got to understand is there's no atonement for presumption of sin. What those Israelites did on against the Most High, they served in something else, and instead, it's unforgivable. But you can compare that to nowadays, because there's brothers and sisters of ours, not ours per se, but brothers and sisters of ours, because we're all Israel, who know themselves in law, and for whatever reason, I don't know, see fit to turn their back on the Most High, stop practicing law, and pick up other things as if that's going to make your life easier. As if the Most High didn't tell you what to do to make your life good. Fear y'all keep his commandments, because that's the whole new command. So, in knowing that, when you step away from everything that you know, when you step away and you turn your back on the Most High, you better believe the ramifications of that situation are ones that you really don't want to see and you don't want to deal with. You continue, though.
We're finishing out in 1Kings chapter 19, verse 19. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So he went forth from there, and he came upon Elisha, son of Shaphat, while he was plowing 12 pairs of oxen going before him, he being with the 12th. So Elijah went over to him and cast his mantle upon him. He left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, "Please, let me kiss my father and mother, and then I shall go after you." But he said to him, "Go return, for what have I done to you?" Elisha turned back from following him. He took a pair of oxen and slaughtered them. He cooked the meat with the oxen's implements, and gave it to the people, and they ate. He then arose and went after Elijah and ministered unto him.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That concludes the HafTorah portion for this week.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So shalom family. That is going to be the HafTorah class for this week. Once again, the HafTorah portion was 1Kings, chapter 18, 46 through 19, 21. But we gave a more in-depth look at it as Adon Yitzhcock went from the beginning to the end, so you get more in-depth, you get a full body of the actual text, as well as the codex of Numbers, which would be the Shabbat or the Torah portion, which would be Numbers 25, 10 to 30, and 1. Right, so the correlation I hope everyone got there is what Adon Yitzhcock brought forth is don't play with the Most High. You know, like you guys know that He is the one true power. You guys see it. A lot of our people want to see miracles and things happening. We don't take account of the miracles that we have every day. That's right. The fact that we wake up breathing every day, and we're able to open our eyes, to have those senses, to touch, taste, smell, and see. You understand? So, did a great class. We hope you guys tune in next week for the same time, same class. We're going to have one of the brothers close out with a prayer. But with that being said, we want to give all praise, all honor to our supreme intellect, to our Abba, to our Melech, to our Elohim, our Father, our King, our God, who is the controller, owner, possessor of all things. And once again, give all due respect to our dignitaries, to Hanasi, Prince of Paul, and the Boom, our leader, and to Prince Nathaniel, Ben the Boom, is second in charge, and also to the fourth Prince, Prince Nathaniel Ben Levi. And to all over Israel, the four corners, shalom. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We pray that Most High continue to look over and bless and keep you all strong. Which we will do better. I'm doing no shit. Peace.
Hallelujah. 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 All honor and all glory due to the Most High, King of the universe.
our rock, our stronghold, our shield, our salvation. Most High, all in all. Thank you, Most High, for the breath of life. Thank you, Most High, for your mercy. Thank you, Most High, for your justice. Thank you, Most High, for your judgment. Oh, Most High God, thank you for another day. Another day we can even dwell with our brothers, can even go over lessons, can even pick up jewels, and even build on perspective. Thank you, Most High God, for even having a place like Shema Yisrael, where our family could dwell in unity, oh Most High God. Hallelujah. We even ask you even strengthen the unity, even strengthen our voices, strengthen our minds, strengthen our hearts, to even continue to fish and hunt our people out of this dark world, oh Most High God. Thank you for life. Thank you for peace. For Israel is under the shadow of your wings, O Most High, but we must submit ourselves unto you, subscribe to your channel, Most High God, and even get ourselves in tune. Thank you for all things and everything, our King and our Creator. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Shalom family, Shalom family. Tune in for our Shabbat service this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. And we're having the Arab Shabbat class tomorrow night. Shalom, shalom.
That's it.